What's good, family? I'm Martez Kelly, and I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Man, this is gonna be a crazy video, so I really want you guys to stay until the end. Like, really stay until the end, because we are going to do story time. This is exactly how, and I apologize for going down, but this is exactly how I closed my first real estate deal. And as you guys know, in story time, I like to have my phone because I tend to forget things. That's how I keep being persistent in a sense. But I want to go through bullet points. I got the questions from going through a lot of the comments. We had somebody before, just a couple of you guys, who actually reached out and was like, "Hey, what is the process like? What do you do on closing day?" Merc, MERC. He actually said he would love to see a sit-down version of basically from getting the listing to closing, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But before we do any of that, all of that, we're gonna jump into the intro. I made the intro for a reason. I'm gonna plug it right here.
Hi guys, welcome to Martez Kelly's Real Estate Channel. This is Martez Kelly, and welcome to the channel.
Intro done. So what's good? Once again, man, this video gonna be crazy. So do me a huge favor. I gotta say it. I'm sorry. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Let's keep this thing simple. But man, so how did I get the lead? I got the lead from cold calling. If y'all go back, or if you've been subscribed to the channel for a while, if you go back and you watch my video on this cold calling script, got me 4 listings. If you go through that, you will see that one cold calling script, or calling one seller, I actually got 4 listings, but not all at the same time. But I actually was talking to the seller. She wanted to get a certain price because she's going through she's having financial hardships. So I was like, okay, I'm actually out of town right now, and I'm giving y'all the watered down version. If you want the more detailed version, click the card or check the description box. But I actually was like, listen, I'm gonna be back in town soon. What I'll do is when we meet, we'll talk numbers and all this stuff. So got there, what I did, she actually told me that she actually wanted to sell her property to buy one from her mom because she don't want her to have that financial hardship on her mom. She was actually crying, and I was like, listen, let's go ahead and start with the one you want to start with. I'll go ahead and get the paperwork together. Let's start the listing. She actually canceled the deal because she felt like it wasn't enough in the property to get the amount that she wanted. She wanted 85. I felt like it was worth 65. So I was like, okay, we can cancel. So I went by with the paperwork to get the deal canceled. And I was like, listen, I know you want to cancel this deal, but the ultimate thing is actually get enough money to buy your mom's property. So this is one of 2 options. We can sell the duplex because she has a duplex. I said, we can sell the duplex. I feel like we can get 110 for it. I really feel like we can get 110 for it. Or I can talk to your mom directly, and we can just sell her property directly because she you know what I'm saying? You want to get the money so you can sell your mom's property. She said, okay, let me go get her. I actually spoke with her mom. I was like, listen, I really feel like we can get 50 for it with how the market is and how things are. I said, but I have to go by and see. That's how I got the lead. Now, how did I get the listing? I actually did research, and I'm going to pull up RPR and let you guys see. Because this is what I use. I actually use RPR, and another thing in our local MLS that they give us that I actually use and balance off each other. RPR is really a great tool that I really use. And I also use the county website. I just compare the 2, look at comps, and pick a number. Really, I pick a number. I haven't yet mastered the skill of listing properties, but pricing properties. But I heard that's something that it's an art. Something you will eventually have to work on. So I actually did the research. I'll put some B-roll up here, let y'all see what I actually saw. And I was like, listen, this is why I feel like I can get 50 for it. I said it's worth nice 60 something. And with being an agent, because as y'all know, I actually came from being a wholesaler, and I plan on doing like wholesale type videos in the future, just to give y'all, my thinking. And I was just thinking, as a real estate agent, you have the power of selling to homeowners. As a wholesaler, I didn't have that power. You only could sell to investors. So I'm thinking, okay, I can actually mark this up a little bit more because investors will only be willing to pay this price or this price. So I said, you know what, I'll go ahead and mark it up. So actually said, you know what, I'm gonna put it at 50. The market is nice right now, or the market is hot for sellers. We're gonna put it up there. So before we did that, after I did my research, I actually walked the property with Javen. I was like, bro, what you think? What do you think? You think I can get 50 for it? He was like, I wouldn't pay 50 for it. He was actually walking to see if he could buy it himself. So it's just too much work for me. But he was like, I do feel like how the market is right now, you could possibly get 50 for it. That's all I needed. I said, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually give you the sign. I'm gonna give you my sign. So when I'm gone this weekend, you can go ahead and, drop my sign off when she signed the paperwork. So she signed the paperwork. He dropped the sign. I instantly, put it in the MLS, obviously. And the MLS actually shoots it. I think they call it syndicate or something like that. But they shoot it out to Zillow, Realtor.com, all those different websites. And just to get, the max amount of eyes on your property. The next thing I did was I actually put it on Facebook. And when I put it on Facebook, if you actually go back to my old video, you would see that all the crazy comments. And this was actually the video, my property is under contract, property walkthrough. Man, I'm talking about crazy comments. They were having a ball on my listing. And I was really like being real with y'all. It was sitting on the market for like 2 or 3 days. And I was starting to feel like, maybe I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I did overlist this. Maybe I do need to drop the price to 10,000, 20,000, or the price that they were looking for. They were saying on Facebook, but none of them were making like actual offers. So I'm like, man, it was really like getting to me. But I just told myself, like, stick to your gut. And then I'm talking about, man, this right here was really a killer. Just being real, this was a killer. So somebody requested through showing time just show the property. Man, I get a call. I don't know what I was doing. I get a call from an agent, and she tells me, listen, so I actually just got done showing the property. My buyers are interested, but, and you never want to hear but the neighbor came over here while we were showing the property and said that this property flooded. I'm like, what? No. Because as you know, when you get a listing, the seller has to fill out the seller disclosure. And I asked them, like, listen, do you guys, other than the roof, which is obvious in this picture, other than the roof, is there anything that I should be concerned about? No. Okay. So what I actually did was I reached out to the seller, and because I told the agent, I'm like, no, there's no way. Don't listen to the neighbor. Like, the property didn't flood. They told me that it didn't flood. I reached out to the seller and was like, listen, so the neighbor came by and said the property flooded. Did the property flood? Yeah. What? And I really sat there and I was like, bro, I told her, I was like, listen, these are the things that I need to know. Because as a real estate agent, we have to disclose this information. This is stuff I need to know. And if I'm saying that this is not true, and then it comes out that this is true, this is stuff I need to know. This actually makes that 50 number that I thought we could get with the property being in the condition that it was in, it brings that down. And I'm like, listen, now I actually got to disclose this to every other agent and every other buyer, which is no problem. But I also have to think realistically, that number that I wanted probably can't get, because flooding hurts a home. It really does. Anything in regards to wiring and all this stuff. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I called the agent and was like, listen, yep, come to find out the property actually did flood due to Hurricane Sally. And if y'all didn't know, Hurricane Sally hit Pensacola hard. It really did, especially West Pensacola. And that's where this listing was. Pretty sure I can find a picture for y'all. But man, this was crazy. So that actually happened. So the first bit of hope that I had, and they were actually willing to offer full price for the property, which actually erased all of that doubt that I had because of Facebook, basically. So after the first showing, I think a day or two or so, we got our first official offer in my email. It was for $32,000 cash. It was high on the contingencies. They actually wanted a 45-day close. They actually, I think it was a long inspection period. It was just contingency deep is what I call it. Then I actually got another contract. I think it was like an hour or two later for $35,000 cash. And this one was contingency deep as well, but not as deep as the other one. They wanted a 20-day inspection period, and they were closing within a month. And I was like, listen, Okay, both of y'all, we now have a multiple offer situation. I need y'all to offer your highest and best. What's good, family? Let me grab Jayden. Hold on. So because this video is so long, man, it's a story time. I'm gonna split it up. So we got 2 videos coming out for y'all. I know this is crazy for me to cut it off in the middle, but I just wanted to come at y'all and let y'all know that we do got a second part of this video coming out soon. I will have this out next Monday. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Say it, baby. Say subscribe to the channel. No? Okay. But make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. There's not much more for me to say. Click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch our next video.